Hello, welcome to another edition of the Mexico and the World podcast, the podcast so that we can talk about events, celebrations and more about Mexico and the world. This time we are going to talk about World Bicycle Day. As you know, it is a very ecological and very in the world. Practically everyone of all ages can use it on this World Bicycle Day. We have to be aware of several things, for example, the proper use of the bicycle since it is essential, as they say. To have road education because it is also important that who uses the bicycle to have this road education. Now there are several countries talking about conscience that are very conscientious in this regard and have very well established cycle paths and thinking about the safety of the cyclist. We can see this especially in the Netherlands. For example, you know that the Netherlands, it is the country that is recognized for being the country in which the bicycle is used the most, talking about this. That is why they take advantage of it, and so in a country that has very good health because they take the opportunity to exercise. Talking about becoming aware, it is also important to be aware of both sides of both the cyclist in their road safety and also the motorist, and unfortunately we have to talk about positive and negative things on both sides. The cyclist, well, insofar as it takes advantage of exercising, it is ecological, etc., it has many positive things in the negative. Unfortunately, we return to road safety education. Unfortunately, not all cyclists have this road safety education that is needed and, for example, we see most without a helmet to begin with and unfortunately, for the same reason, they also do not drive as expected for their own safety, which brings us to the side of the motorist who must be careful with cyclists, must be aware of them. But you also have to see how he told them the two faces of the currency, since then motorists face what cyclists for that lack of driver education appear to them out of nowhere, but it is also very important that we take that mentality of being aware of cyclists not just as motorists but for example at all times. How many times do you not get out of the car, open the door in the cyclist, and unfortunately there may be an accident, or as a pedestrian you are crossing and you do not notice that a cyclist is coming or the cyclist that is coming to the pedestrian. As I say, cooperation is needed from all sides so that the cyclist and the people around him are really safe. Very well. We are also going to talk about World Environment Day. This is also very important at a global level, about ecology, global warming and everything that we have already talked about several times, and as you know, and we have also talked about it. Some countries are more aware and they are more concerned in this aspect that people do not use the car as much, etc. But unfortunately we have not yet achieved that in the whole world. Let's collaborate to take care of our planet, so let's take care of our planet. Let's do what we can do our bit and support our world so that it is a better world every time, since we save light water until we support even with the seas not be dirty, do not throw garbage. In short, everything we can do, as I said, putting our grain of sand. I leave you with these reflections as always because you know that I leave you the topics for us to reflect on and think about, and in addition to thanking you I remind you of our networks. Social email, podcast Mexico and the World at gmail.com, Twitter, at Mexico the World, Facebook, Mexico and the World podcast, YouTube, Mexico and the World. Thanks again for listening to us and we look forward to seeing you in our next edition. Thanks, bye.